This is another session with my hardcore barbarian. So I was using a guide for him, but then my one YouTube fan said that doesn't count. So now we're just winging it. So if I die tonight, it's Jordan's fault. Also, I just hit level 45 and found out that I can't afford a level 45 healing potion. I need 100,000 more gold. What in the world is this? This is such BS. Like, look at this. Like, not only do you have to have the materials, but you have to have a huge sum of gold for potions. And they should just automatically upgrade when you gain levels, but that's just my opinion, I guess. Alright, so let's take a look at this crazy ass build that I'm running here real quick. I have not upped the difficulty. I might do that if this works out well, but I'm going to start on tier 1 because I have no idea how this is going to work. Looks like I also need a ruby here, so let's go pick up a ruby, and I will explain why I'm picking up a ruby in just a moment. Oh, look at this. I can actually make a ruby. Alright. So rubies, when they add them to weapons, they increase overpowered damage. And that is kind of the theme that I decided to go with this build instead of going with Berserk, because that's the typical barbarian build. I decided to do something a little different, which is probably going to end in my death. Here we go. Bash. So, bash the enemy with a weapon. After bashing enemies 4 times, my next bash will stun and increases to 2 seconds of using a two-handed weapon. However, I am using one-handed weapons for now because I want to get my one-handed mace expertise up to 10 as quickly as possible, because that is my technique, and this applies to every weapon. Increased damage to stunned enemies, which is great when coupled with bash, because after bashing enemies for 4 times, my next bash will stun. So dealing extra damage to stunned enemies is seems to be a good idea anyway. We'll see how it works. Now, I still am going to continue using Hammer of the Ancients, but I did change this thing. It used to be here, but now I've got it here. And what that does now is, after overpowering with Hammer of the Ancients, I deal more damage. So, take a look here. I got more life. I have Rallying Cry, which is just typical. This is the one thing that makes me unstoppable. But look at this. Now, Rallying Cry gives me 10% of my maximum life as Fortify. And each time I take or deal direct damage, I get more Fortify. So that feeds the Overpower, because Overpower is all about fortification. See? After critically striking 4 times with bash using a two-handed weapon, yeah. So that's not gonna help, because I'm not gonna be using a two-handed weapon until later with bash, but that's okay. So now I'm still using Warcry, but and this does grant me Berserking, so it's the one thing that'll grant me Berserking, but it also grants me Fortify. Then I have Charge. which stuns enemies. And then I've got the reduced cooldown if I hit multiple enemies. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. We've got some thick skin for the extra fortify. More fortify. More fortify. And instead of Wrath of the Berserker, I am actually going to use Call of the Ancients, which is different. I just call a bunch of guys who... and then I've got Modok stunning enemies, that's why. So it's all about trying to stun enemies, deal some extra damage, overpower enemies, fortify, and then, yeah, stun, doop-a-doop-a-doop. And then increase damage if the enemy is stunned or vulnerable. And then Unbridled Rage, my core skills deal 100% increased damage, but cost 100% more fury. And this increases my maximum fury. Oh yeah, and then heal for 9% of your maximum life for each 100 fury spent. So the idea is, since I'm going to be using more fury, using it to heal, especially with a hardcore character, seems smart. So let's see how this is actually going to work. There it is. There's 2 maces that he's going to be using. Look at that. I think I've already... Yep. Oh, it's a Blood Bishop. Uh-oh. Let's get some help. Oh my god. Alright. Well. I think that was even faster than the other one. Okay, so yeah, I am going to increase the difficulty. Wait, there's a treasure goblin. This is how I die, chasing this treasure goblin. No, not really. I think we'll be doing okay here. I'm not killing things fast, but at least they're not killing me. Yeah. So this is part of the there's a special event going on for the next week or so. It's the 1-year anniversary that since Diablo 4 came out. So basically, there's more treasure goblins, and they kind of drop these little bags, and then yeah. All right, back to the rotting catacombs. And there we go. Blood Bishop again. This time on tier 2.
I need more fury.
Oops, gotta watch out for these. Okay, well, it started out well, and then it kind of went to crap for a little bit. No big deal.